It is now 7, it's 10 minutes past. It's the two of us. We can start. We're not going to start voting yet. You want to call him? They won't let me start, so we'll just hold on a few minutes. Normally we have 5 members on the dais, but 2 of them are out. It's only 3 of us present. That's the minimum required for quorum.
What time is it in China right now? Anybody know?
China, it's 7 a.m.
7 a.m.? They're 12 hours.
Yeah, 12.
But they're 12 hours ahead. Yes. So it's okay.
Like if you get a big drill and you dig a hole here, all the way down, you end up in China. And
Is that how it works?
you don't have to pay airfare for that.
Okay.
Okay, it's 13 minutes past 7 p.m. The meeting is called to order. Miss Deputy Clerk, can you please do roll call?
Yes, Mayor Smith Joseph,
Here?
Vice Mayor Desilme, absent. Councilman Philip Yeneme.
Here.
Councilman Galvin.
Here.
Councilwoman Keys. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We'll proceed with Pledge of Allegiance, and we're going to ask Detective Ray Maycock to please come forward from the City of North Miami Police and lead us. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. And please remain standing while Pastor Richard Sejour will come forward and lead us in invocation.
Good evening, everyone. Special greeting to the mayor and the members of the council. Would you bow your head with me as we pray to the Lord? Lord God, we humbly come before you tonight, acknowledging that you are the King of the universe and that there is nothing outside of your control. We look to you tonight for our sustenance, protection, and direction. We also believe your word that says that there are 2 kinds of wisdom, one that is of the earth and one that is divine. And your word says you are the God of all wisdom, and you stand ready and willing to impart your wisdom to those that ask. So, Father God, tonight I ask you to impart your wisdom to the mayor and the members of the council as they are called upon to make decisions that will affect the city. And I know, Father God, they need your wisdom. We are living in very trying times, and they need your wisdom to be able to come up with the best decision for our city. And Father, I also pray for the police force that you have. They are under your control, because there is no authority except you. Every authority is delegated authority. And I pray for their protection even as they seek to keep us safe in this city. Lord, I pray for the prosperity of our city, its government, its people. And Lord, I pray that at the end of the day, whatever we find ourselves doing, oh God, let us do it for your glory and for your honor. It is in the name of your Son that I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Now you may be seated. At this point, Mr. Manager, we will entertain any additions, deletions, or amendments to the agenda.
I have no changes.
No change, so we should consider this agenda set and ready for discussion, right?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, we have a few special presentations before we move into the items of the agenda, so we'll come down to the in front of the dais. Well, as many of you may know, we in the city of North Miami, as well as the Miami-Dade County, we celebrate the month of May as the Haitian Heritage Month. And in that foregoing, we have a series of events that we do during the month of May. Last Friday, I believe, Friday, actually, that was our opening reception. We did it at the North Miami Library, and we featured the young the photographer, the artist, doing that reception. And today, we are honoring world-renowned a photographer, and we have a master. I believe this is his masterpiece that we are going to unveil tonight, and we'll go forward and do just that. While they're doing this, let me take the opportunity to let you know that this year's theme for the Haitian Heritage Month is Haïti tout temps, Haiti always. Haiti in the morning, Haiti in the afternoon, Haiti at night, all the time. So pretty much Haiti always, this theme pretty much resonates the resilience of the people of Haiti and its rich culture. And if you live in Miami-Dade County, you know exactly what I'm talking about. To commemorate the month of May, the city of North Miami pretty much is honored to have the great artwork of the world-renowned Carl Jus. For those of you who are also from this community, you know exactly who I'm talking about. You know about his late father. His late father actually was one of the builders of this community, one of the builders, I should say, of this community. So we cannot write the book on Little Haiti without mentioning Viter Juste, who's the late father of our artist today that we are featuring. So in brief, a little bit about the artist. Mr. Carl Juste settled in Miami, in the Haitian Miami community, and pretty much, flourished academically as a youngster. He attended University of Miami, and there he vigorously pursued photojournalism, and since 1991, he has worked as a photojournalist for the Miami Herald. And tonight I'm very proud to be actually the one to be talking about you, because Mr. Juste, has covered many international and national stories for the Miami Herald. He has carried out extensive assignments for the Miami Herald in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iraq. In addition, he has worked on 3 documentary projects for the Historical Museum of Southern Florida. At the Crossroad, Afro-Cuban Orisha Arts in Miami, 2001, and South American Musical Traditions in Miami, 2002. Haitian Community Arts, Images by Iris Photo Collective, and all are funded in part by the National Endowment for the Arts. With that being said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. So, oh, I'm supposed to just call you to come in on the elder baby.
Everybody can hear me, right? The audience at home. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on TV. Okay. Before I even unveil it, I want to prep you for what you're going to see. Haiti all the time, people who board ships, people who risk their lives across the Florida Straits. They do it because they have Haiti on their mind all the time. They're not coming here solely to forget their past. They're coming here to enhance their future. So keep that in mind when you see the unveiling of this image. It's not where you are. It's where you will be if you continue to struggle. my father. These gentlemen stand next to me. They all know my father. A lot of your young Haitian and young women know my dad. And he sacrificed to see a day like today. So in behalf of him, I say thank you. First of all, there's a couple people that I must thank, and I apologize for looking down at my phone, but I'm bad with names. Let me just turn this off. My wife just called me. She's going to kill me. Talk to you later. Let me pull this up. I had it in my pocket a few minutes ago. First of all, I want to thank the mayor because I know the city of North Miami's been through a lot. You know, and it takes a lot of courage to run for office when you know, for the most part, some people might have been tainted. So, thank you, Mayor, and I want to thank the commission. It's going to take all of us, and I'm speaking as a private citizen. I'm not speaking as a journalist right now. It's going to take every single person in this room, regardless of where you sit, what position, what your political angle is, doesn't really matter. The sun beats on all of our backs. We have a lot of work ahead of us to change this country and to make not just North Miami the all-American city, but to make this country what it should always be, which is a guiding light for others to follow. This is not easy. You see this picture? This was shot shortly after the earthquake, a couple of months. This young man learned how to use his prosthetics in less than 3 hours. MetaShare, the research that they learned from this program, aided a bunch of our wounded warriors who came back from Afghanistan and Iraq. Again, Haiti's giving when it has very little to give. So when you think things are tough and what's been bestowed upon you is too much of a difficult challenge, look at this picture. Remind yourself, anything beats better than having to lose your home, your country, and even your body parts. And if this man can stand on his hands after all he's been through, imagine what we could do on our 2 feet. Thank you. Just keep on giving.
I forgot there was a proclamation. I'll just read the last one. So this proclamation pretty much is given to Mr. Carl Philippe Just. I'm not going to read all the whereases, but I'm told to read only the last one where it says, whereas Mr. Carl Just recently funded IPC Visual Lab as a new school of thought, teaching the art of photojournalism, as a visual language. So now, therefore, in consideration of the foregoing, I, Dr. Smith Joseph, Mayor of the City of North Miami, on behalf of the whole City Council and the residents, we hereby proclaim May 10, 2016 to be Mr. Carl Just Day.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Seraphin and Ms. Filippo, they were an enormous guide in making sure this thing happened. I'm hoping this will stay long enough so these young kids can see this work and know what the context and what's been paid for, the debt that they owe. And thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The next recognition, the certificate is going to be presented to Public Works Department in honor of National Public Works Week. At this time, we would like to ask Mr. Pierre-Louis to please come forward to receive the certificate. The National Public Works Week takes place between May 15 and May 21st. The main goal of Public Works pretty much is to educate the public about the value of their work and what they do in keeping the city in a running fashion. Because without them, I don't know if we can live one day. So, but always they always say that it starts at parks, right? But
we know how critical public works is.
all right. So with that being said, well, it starts at Public Works and it ends at Public Works. How about that?
That's fair.
See, that's the $20 well spent. So for that, I'm giving you this plaque on behalf of the whole city council for the wonderful work that you've been doing at the direction.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for this recognition. It is truly an opportunity to be appreciated in recognition of Public Works Week, which is the upcoming week. As the mayor mentioned, we provide many vital services to the residents of North Miami and actually beyond the city limits to some unincorporated areas, including Biscayne Park. It is something that's sometimes taken for granted when you turn on your faucet that you have water. As the prior Mr. Juice said, comparing to situations in Haiti, for example, not every location has that option of turning on your faucet and having running water, and that is safe to drink. We have roads, we have sidewalks, and all that falls under the Public Works Department. We're a very visible department, and we're at your service, and we thank you for all your recognition and this opportunity. Thanks again.
This is the last one, right? Oh, this is not the last one. Which one is going to be first? Oh, this is where. The next proclamation is going to be presented to the Jewish Federation in honor of Jewish American Heritage Month. So the Haitians are not the only ones celebrating; the Jewish are too. So actually, this kind of makes sense because when Israel was in the verge of getting their status as becoming a state, the vote from Haiti was the deciding one. Okay? Our ambassador was the one actually who decided that Israel should become a state and be recognized throughout the whole world. And that is why after the earthquake, Israel was actually the first country to send a delegation to Haiti in 2010 after the earthquake. And they were the first ones to actually set an ICU, an intensive care unit, and a whole hospital setting where they were giving care to the Haitians who were victimized by the catastrophic earthquake. With that, I would ask the director of the Jewish Community Relations Council, Miss Carol Turin. Elle est belge d'origine. That's what you told me, right? You're from Belgium. Elle parle français, alors. So we give this proclamation to the Jewish American Heritage, the Jewish Federation. I don't know if I should read everything. Should I, Katya? Katya tells me what to do. I cannot do what she doesn't tell me. Only the last one. Okay. The last whereas reads as follows: the Law Library of Congress. No, there are some other things that I should have said. No. The Jewish American Heritage Month was first proclaimed by President George W. Bush back in 2006. So the month of May was chosen due to highly successful celebration of the 350th anniversary of the American Jewish history in May 2004. The establishment was led by the efforts of South Florida Jewish community leaders and the Jewish Museum of Florida. Today, in the city of North Miami, we proclaim May 10, 2016 to be the Jewish American Heritage Day. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Mr. Mayor, Councilman. Really, you gave my whole speech already for me, talking about the independence of Israel and Israel being in Haiti after the earthquake. I would just like to say on behalf of the Greater Miami Jewish Federation, representing the Jewish population and our friends throughout Miami-Dade County, and my office, which is the Jewish Community Relations Council, this really is an honor. The mission of our office comes from Deuteronomy. Tzedek, tzedek tirdof. Justice, justice, thou shalt pursue. And so it is the work of my office, of our federation, to pursue justice, public policy, to make the world a better place. And we do this by building relationships, one person, one community at a time. And so may this be the ongoing event in many, as we continue to strengthen our relationships. And as we say in our community, may we go from strength to strength together. Thank you.
Okay, now we've come to the last one. We saved the best for last, definitely. Okay. Okay. This proclamation is being presented to Mr. Rick Santos, but he's not a saint. For his 30 years of dedication in the city of North Miami, in this community, pretty much as in the management of WLQY 1320 AM. And the reason why, the decision was made to honor Rick tonight is multifaceted. First, I learned about him from the Haitians who actually do their shows on 1320. And after so many years of not only having met him and talking to other people, so far I am yet to find one person to say one bad thing about Rick, and even the bad people don't have anything bad to say about him. So that should tell you what type of person he is, man of integrity. And whenever the city has any events going on, if we go to him and ask him to play the PSA every hour, and he will do that as long as it is something that will benefit the community. But I've never seen him mad, or I don't know if he ever gets mad. I would have to ask his wife. But nevertheless, we are glad to have him here tonight. And the other reason for the decision is really for the Haitians. The Haitians really look up to you. And there are the reasons actually you are here tonight. And if we ask him to actually stand up, you will see that they're all behind you. So I'm afraid, don't move to North Miami and do not run for mayor. That's the only that's the only thing I can say. At least wait until I'm finished. So I'm going to ask all the supporters, everybody who comes for Mr. Rick Santos to please stand up, all the Haitian radio personalities. See, I didn't have that many people when I was being sworn in. So that's what I'm scared about. So in any way, so this proclamation is being given to you, Rick. Please come forward. Katya told me to read all the whereases. It's going to be a short meeting, so we can play a little bit. Okay, this proclamation is being presented to Mr. Rick Santos. And whereas Rick Santos first joined WLQI Radio in April 1986, the same year he graduated from, how do you pronounce that? Barder College with a degree in broadcasting. And whereas Rick Santos is currently the Senior Vice President and General Manager at WLQI Radio, and whereas Rick Santos' responsibility includes overseeing the station operation, including sales and programs, as well as community outreach, and whereas Rick Santos' greatest strengths are his creativity, drive, and leadership, and he thrives on challenges, particularly those that help create solutions to issues affecting the community. And I know what they mean by that. And whereas Rick Santos has been recognized by the Miami-Dade County Office of the Mayor and Board of the Commission for his commitment and dedication to help promote the Haitian community and its diversity. And whereas Rick Santos is a member of the Florida Broadcasters Association and the National Broadcasters Association, and whereas Rick Santos has also done volunteer work in the community for the South Florida Little League, Camillus House, and the United Way. And whereas Rick Santos is recognized for the 30 years of service and dedication at WLQI Radio, located here in the city of North Miami. Now, therefore, in consideration of the foregoing, I, Dr. Smith Joseph, Mayor of the city of North Miami, on behalf of the whole City Council and the residents, actually the residents first, we do thereby proclaim May 10, 2016 to be your day, Mr. Rick Santos. No, not Rick Sanchez, Rick Santos.
First of all, I want to thank you, Mayor Joseph, and the council for this honor that you've given me today. I am definitely honored and very grateful to receive this. And I've been blessed to have 30 years of great staff and great programmers that have always had my back when I ever needed them. So I want to share this with them because without them, they've been the drive of this radio station, the heartbeat, and I wouldn't be here without them. So thank you for all the programmers here that are here to support me today. 30 years ago when I first started working at the radio station, I had the honor to meet Gerard Camford. He was my mentor. Those of you who have met him can testify about his character. And I said, Gerard, I don't know how long I'm going to be working at this radio station. I don't even speak their language. And he said to me, you know what? Kindness and respect. Speak that language and you're going to do fine. Wow. So, thank you.
All the supporters, please come. Okay. City announcement.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, members of the public. My name is Cassandra Timothy, Public Information Specialist, and I have the pleasure of sharing all of the exciting events coming up in the city of North Miami. Bring out the little ones to Shine Bright Storytime at the North Miami Public Library every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. in the children's section. And on the second Wednesday of every month, we welcome special guest reader, Mayor of North Miami, Dr. Smith Joseph. Students and parents are invited to attend Ambiance Creole, an educational workshop hosted by Vice Mayor Alex Desume and Councilman Philippe Bien-Aimé and the Association of Haitian Educators of Dade on Saturday, May 14th from 9:30 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. at the Joe Sellison Center. On Saturday, May 14th, beginning at 2 p.m., food lovers across South Florida are invited to savor the experience of Haitian cuisine at the 4th Annual Taste of Haiti, presented by the Haitian Culinary Alliance in partnership with the City of North Miami and many others in the Mocha Plaza. The following day, experience an afternoon of free activities for all ages at Mocha's Family Day. Enjoy art making for children, dance and music lessons, youth and adult art workshops, guided tours, food trucks, and more on Sunday, May 15th, beginning at noon in the Mocha Plaza. Celebrate the rich culture of Haiti through music, dance, and performances to celebrate Haitian Flag Day on Wednesday, May 18th, beginning at 5 p.m., featuring Zinglin performing live in the Mocha Plaza. And to close it out, come sit under the stars and enjoy a free screening of Inside Out on Friday, May 20th at 8 p.m. Bring your blankets and lawn chairs to Movies on the Lawn at Claude Pepper Park. Stay tuned by watching our free governmental programming, NOMI TV, available 24 hours a day through the city's website, www.northmiamifl.gov, like the City of North Miami on Facebook, follow @NOMI News on Twitter, and download the My NOMI mobile app. Thank you.
You forgot the food distribution on May 27th. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to tell you how to do your job. Huh? City projects updates. There is none. Consent agenda. We need a motion to approve.
Move the consent agenda.
Second.
All right.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor made by Councilman Galvin, seconded by Councilman Bien-Aimé to move the consent agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 3-0.
Item tab D now.
Okay, tab D. Okay, tab D, C or D? Okay, tab D. It's an ordinance, proposed ordinance, second reading of the mayor and the city council of North Miami, Florida, amending chapter 29 of the North Miami Code of Ordinances entitled Land Development Regulations by amending Article 5, Division 6, entitled Standards for Specific Uses, specifically at section 5-1608A.1, entitled Room Additions, quote unquote, to residential structures and conversions of garages or carports to living spaces, end quote, to remove the maximum 250 square feet floor area limitations for homes additions permitted with flat roofs, so long as said additions are not visible from a street frontage, providing for repeal, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for codification, and for an effective date.
Before we go forward, I forgot to mention the presence of one of our former mayors, Kevin Burns is here. We're glad to have you. I don't know if there is any other formerly elected officials. We have Assistant Chief Gary Eugene. Is Chief Zuriga here too? Are you?
He's there.
Oh, so we are safe, right? All right. We always like to have the police force along with us. The item, this is the second reading of an ordinance. I think at this time, I don't know if staff has anything to add. I'm pretty sure we've pretty much discussed all the details in the first reading.
Nothing to add on from.
If you have nothing to add, then we'll move it to the public. If there is anyone in the public who wishes to be heard on this item, please. Oh, you are. Okay. Go ahead.
William Previtel, 11950 North Bay Shore Drive. I appreciate the intent of this this provision, but hope that it doesn't handcuff development in the city. The 250 feet, as it started off with, is really just one car bay, barely 10 foot by 25 foot. So you couldn't do even two bays with the flat roof. But I was wondering if you could possibly amend this to have, if someone wishes to do something different, possibly on the street, that is possibly a flat roof, if it's usable, a usable roof deck, a green roof deck, a feature that might actually enhance the neighborhood possibly, or the particular property, that might be potentially permitted, and if I may suggest, by going through the Board of Adjustment, that if you want to, test the waters here and come up with a better solution for your property, that they might be able to go through the Board of Adjustment to get some sort of permission or approval to make their enhancement, and that they're not handcuffed right from the start. Again, so that upholds the spirit of this, yet creates an opportunity possibly for improvements in the city. Thank you.
Public hearing is still open on the item, but I see no one come forward. We'll move it back to the dais to see if there is any other comments. Mr. Galvin, this happens to be your item, and you heard the comment from Mr. Previtel. I don't know if you want to entertain any of the suggestions.
No, I'm comfortable. I think this actually is a more flexible allowance than what is already on our books. The rule that this addresses was on the books since the 1950s, and this actually allows for more flexible development than what's on the books. So if Mr. Previtel has language he wants considered for the future that would make it even more flexible, perhaps we could consider it and bring it back through the process. But as for halting this move forward tonight, I'm fine with what staff has recommended.
Mr. Bien-Aimé, you don't have anything to add? So let's bring it to a vote.
I'll move approval of the item.
Second? Well,
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Councilman Galvin and seconded by Councilman Bien-Aimé. Since this is a roll call, an ordinance, I need to do a roll call vote. Councilman Bien-Aimé? Councilman Galvin?
Yes.
Mayor Joseph.
Yes.
Item passes 3-0.
A citizens forum is now open for any topic, any issue that the citizen wants to discuss with the public. This is the time to do it within a 2-minute allotted time.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and councilmen. Wow, Citizens Forum this early in the evening. I hope you would allow me just a little bit longer than 2 minutes, seeing that we're such a light agenda this evening, Mr. Mayor. My name is Carol Prager, and I live at 2509 Northeast 135 Street, also known as Arch Creek East. I'm here this evening as a longtime resident. I've lived in my neighborhood for 30 years now. A couple of weeks ago, as I was looking out my kitchen window, I noticed an individual who was on the median area of my neighborhood, which is city-owned property. He was dressed in protective gear. He had on his back some type of apparatus that held a liquid, and he was spraying to such a degree that he was saturating the base of the trees that I could see from my view on the medians in my neighborhood. I hadn't really remembered seeing anything like that in all of the years that I've lived in my neighborhood, so it struck me as something out of the ordinary. And I stepped outside to get a better view of it, and the wind was blowing in off of Biscayne Bay, and I could smell what he was spraying. And I realized why he was wearing protective gear. And so I retrieved back into my home, which prompted me to write several emails inquiring about the substance that was being sprayed that would require a human being to be dressed in protective gear. The exchange of emails back and forth gave me the knowledge that has brought me here this evening, Mr. Mayor. And as a physician, I'm speaking directly to you, sir, because you are the mayor of the entire city. This is a pesticide that is being banned in several states across the union as we speak. It is a carcinogenic substance. It is not good for any breathing, living creature on the face of the planet. And yet it is being sprayed in the city of North Miami. I am told that this substance is no longer sprayed in District 3. And I have to take my hat off to Councilman Biename and Nomi neighbors and all the residents of District 3 who lobbied for the banning of this substance in their district. Which brings me to what I am doing here this evening, sir, and that is, if it's something that's harmful to any living creature and is banned in District 3, then it should be banned in District 1, District 2, and District 4. I'm being told...
Was the ban for the entire, wasn't it for the entire city?
May I finish, Mr. Mayor?
No, but I'm asking, hold on 1 second, I'm asking, when we passed that resolution, wasn't it for the entire city?
No, it wasn't a resolution. We're working on putting together a resolution, and I spoke with the city manager and the city attorney. They're working on putting a resolution banning
for the entire
city. But this one wasn't a resolution. It was a memo from Park and Rec. After we sit down with residents in the district, we decide to ban the pesticide in the district. In the meantime, they're working to see if we can pass a resolution for the
If I
city.
may, sir, please, if I may.
Go
I
ahead.
was told via email by Mr. Sori that this substance was bought in bulk by the city and that it would be used until it was depleted in District 1, District 2, and District 4. all right, and that we had purchased it, all right. That is not a reason to continue using it because we bought it in bulk. I have in my neighborhood multiple condominiums that have small animals that are walked on this median because people don't have yards. I have pregnant women who walk their dogs on the median. I have small children who go onto the median with their families to play. I have children coming off of school buses in the afternoon where they throw their backpacks down in the shade of these trees and kick a soccer ball while they try to expend energy after they have been cooped up in a classroom all day. All right, this is our front and our backyard. And if it's not acceptable in District 3, it is not acceptable in Arch Creek East, and it is not acceptable anywhere in this city. And so I'm asking you, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Prager, you've already made your point.
Thank you.
And you've already made your point, and actually I'm glad that you brought this issue to our meeting, and to be honest with you, I mean, I'm really appalled by this.
Well, I thank you for your action.
This is
Mr.
not, I mean, this is not something that should be discussed here. I mean, we cannot decide something is poisonous, it's toxic for one particular group of people and not for others. I mean, if we're going to ban something, it's supposed to be for the entire city. And such decision, if it's being, I mean, were you notified about this?
Yes.
I don't know how I was notified, but
And if I might echo, I'll allow the manager to explain the situation, but Mr. Sori should have chosen his words a whole lot better and not firing off to half the community. Well, it's okay for every other district, it's just banned in District 3. I don't know that it was an accurate statement, and he should have thought ahead to think how that would be received.
And I don't think that was his intent. His intent was not to disturb other communities. The product that was being used is Roundup, and it is a product that has been deemed to be safe to use. So, well, it's been deemed to be safe to use. So my understanding that in District 3, because of the conversations that have happened with those district residents, that there have been certain requests to not use certain pesticides in their area. We can work on a citywide plan. In fact, some of the feedback that I think...
Mr. Manager, you don't have to work on any plan. If you ban it for District 3, please ban it for the whole city from this day forward. We don't need a plan. It's either you ban it for the entire city or we keep using it in all the districts.
And that's the
I mean, we have to get to the point where we consider North Miami as a city. We cannot be drawing lines, say this is District 1, you can do this, District 3, you cannot do that. This is a city.
Don't disagree with you, Mr.
If we think it may cause cancer in Mary, it may cause it in Antoine or Javon or whoever else too. I mean, especially if the issue is being brought up, if we think it's bad, then it's bad for everyone. That's what I would think.
Again, the substance is not, it's not officially banned.
Yeah, but we banned it in one district.
Have we banned it in any district?
No.
Okay, I think that's where...
Yeah, but I thought that's what you just said. I mean,
No, it's not banned. It's not banned.
It's a memo not to spray it.
So it's banned.
It hasn't actually been banned. District 3 residents asked that it be banned.
Yeah.
This city has not yet adopted any policy that addresses it in District 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Exactly.
So Mr. Sori was erroneous to fire back, well, it is banned in 3, but it's not banned in the others. He was wrong to say that it's banned anywhere, and then he was wrong to imply that it was okay to use in others districts.
Now, can any resident in District 3 use Roundup?
Yes.
The residents can use it?
Yes.
So it's...
It's not banned.
But the city cannot?
We are...
We've not taken any...
It
is an erroneous... Right, it's an erroneous statement to say that this city has banned any pesticide, this city has banned Roundup at this state. So what we need to do is circle back and decide what we're going to do and get it out there. So ask staff, I appreciate their haste in responding to emails, but this email came to me on a Saturday or so and was responded to on a Saturday. It happened so fast that we created yet another one of our own problems.
Mr. Attorney, you wanted to say something? Can you please opine on this?
I will just say, Mayor, I think this is just a question of definitions. We're throwing the word ban around. The official definition from the dictionary is the act of prohibiting by law. No law has been passed prohibiting this substance in this city.
And it was our vendor, by the way, that was spraying the
Right. So,
the
so what you
the
have here is
substance.
basically this is just, I mean, this is it's really just a policy, and as a courtesy to some district, they stopped using it. It's not banned, but I mean, it's up to the council. If the council wants to ban something, we just pass a law banning it. But no law has been passed, and if you give us direction to do so, we'll do so.
Please prepare for our soonest council meeting, a law banning the use of Roundup in the city of North Miami.
Done.
Well, Roundup is not the only toxic carcinogenic pesticide.
Okay, I'll
That's
withdraw.
not, it's not the only one. So if we have to do a broad, comprehensive.
And I have been provided information by some of the citizens who have this concern. It's quite a volume of data, and I have been actually going through it. I've been provided that information by not only the resident, but also two of your colleagues on the dais. So we are going through the information, and we certainly, you've just given me direction. I will bring something back.
But I wouldn't target just Roundup.
No, I got it. And what I'm looking at is it's pesticides, and it is comprehensive. So we will bring that back for your consideration.
Okay. Ms. Hill?
Laura Hill, 13075 Griffin Boulevard. This conversation started when I also saw somebody back in December of last year spraying our parks with some kind of substance that the workers had to wear, basically a hazmat suit, to protect themselves from. And so I did a public records request, and finally, after some struggle getting the information, I got about 12 pesticides from the city that they were using, and I spent hours and hours researching all of this pesticide. I went through every single one of them. I read so many pages of EPA studies, compared studies of other cities that have banned these things. It's not just Roundup. Roundup is getting a lot of attention because it has been labeled as a known carcinogen in California, but it's also things like azatran and chlorophorus. And azatran is a pesticide that originates in Switzerland, and Switzerland has banned it. There's at least 6 or 7 cities across the country that are suing the makers of azatran for knowingly contaminating their groundwater. The folks in Griffin Park's estates, the Nomi neighbors, we're not just a bunch of environmental hippies. We go out and use the Biscayne Canal. We kayak there. There are animals there. There are people who live in those apartments that fish there, and they eat the fish every single day. If that water's contaminated with azatran, as I suspect it is, don't you think the city should know that and take proactive steps to ban these things? We're not the first city that's going to do this, but we shouldn't be the last. We care greatly for our city, and we really want somebody to take this ordinance, that packet that I dropped off in February, and author a citywide ordinance on this. It can't just be our council person telling us they won't spray, because you know what? He's not going to be the only council person that represents this district forever.
Okay.
And if he changes his mind, are we just at the whims of the next person's opinion? I would like to ask somebody to author the ordinance and make it something that North Miami can be proud of, that we are leading the way to a sustainable city. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Citizens Forum is still open?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. I don't know if my name is Mario Apollon, 1525 Northwest 124th Street. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. On Sunday night, there was a tragic accident. One of the family members, three of the household members got killed in a car accident. They live next to the center that I run, and I spoke to them today. It looks like, by the way, I think they are Hispanics. I couldn't understand them very well, but this is a bad situation. They live in the neighborhood for 16 years, and it looks like they did have insurance, and there was still talk about how they're gonna do the funeral, and I felt compelled to bring this issue to you. If there is any step that the city can do to help them out, I will urge you to do so. And the kids go to the program, they always around the community, and all of a sudden they lost 3 members. And I don't know, is there anything I can say, but I urge you to help if you guys can. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have the address and the phone number if you guys want.
Mr. Manager will.
William Previtel, 11950 North Bay Shore Drive. Hello again. I wanted to thank Carol Prager for bringing this to everyone's attention, and I'd like to thank the council, at least the quorum that exists, for supporting this and legislating it properly. Certainly there are proprietary names, but certainly there can also be found some sort of benchmark level that anything that does not meet this standard is not accepted in our city. What exactly, how that's defined, ASTM or something, I don't know, but hopefully we can find that and put that into our own set of laws. On a completely different subject, I'd like to address, as I've sort of addressed before, if anybody remembers, the CRA and the CRA's efforts to redevelop the city. And I'm sorry it's taken me, even as an architect, so long to sort of get this epiphany that for us to be finding sort of, oh, there's an empty space and let's throw a garage there, structured garage, that's the empty space, let's throw a garage there. That's really not doing us any justice. We really need to find out what the end vision is for our city and to find something I can really look forward to. If I said, hey, Opelaka's building a new parking garage, are you going to flock over there or over town or wherever it might be? Are you going to run over to that location because they've built a new parking garage? Probably not. I think the best use of our resources, what cities do best, what's been done in Paris and elsewhere around the world, is to work on your urban infrastructure, to create the parks, the spaces, the streets, widening your avenues, creating a better environment that everybody can share in, not a particular parking garage that'll actually suit the immediate block or immediate 100, 200 feet around it, and therefore bring value to that particular private property. It's kind of an injustice to the rest of the city. So I'll be brief in this. I, again, would like to call for our city to create a parking garage, if they must, back by the police station, back behind Mocha, that serves the superblock, the governmental superblock, because the cars that are downtown are for Mocha, for City Hall, for the police station. If we get those off the streets, we can then clear up other lots that we can then use as part of our superblocks, such as behind Mocha Cafe, what used to be a Mocha Cafe. And it means the lot that's next to, is it Deals? I forgot the name of what that place is right now, but just to the east of us, that could be then used as bait to create private development. So I'm asking us to consider our superblock, which was the foremost idea in many of these workshops. Let's reinforce the superblock. Let's not compromise it with a high-rise hotel cramming Mocha Park. Let's expand Mocha Park. Let's keep the parking for our city functions and let the private sector then flourish around it. With this new improved city center, great things could happen around a wider circle than everything sort of piling into the center. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Citizen forum is now closed. Now we have one more.
Good evening, My name is Gideon Petitjohn. I live in here. I am living in North Miami in 1988. I come in by my house in North Miami. But since I come in North Miami, that was a very, very nice city to me to live, because that time I've been to live Haiti, but I come in North Miami, that was beautiful and everything was okay. But this time now, we was had a problem past year when we was had a problem for the water bill. I remember one councilman, when we was complaining for that, one councilman said, you have to walk in my chest to come down that water bill. That coming in my stomach, my heart, I never forgot that. Let me explain to you all something. When I first came in North Miami, these people, the people who was low, getting in North Miami, like a city hall, whatever, her water bill, they make sure every 3 months, they send you the bill 15 days before the date. They tell you have to pay it at the time. Since you pay they send the water bill to you, you pay that water bill, you don't have no problem. Every 3 months, they change, but you make sure you know if that your water bill come in 30 or 15 each month, 3 months, but they come in, that's it. But because these people did the job very right. But I remember the first problem we was had one councilman, my people, those people always say, oh, don't talk about whatever. But that first beginning. But the second thing, that problem we was had for the water bill from 2012, I think, I forgot. But that began from 2012. See what they're doing. Maybe but I don't know. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. They send it maybe 2 days. You got with a 3 month. You wait for the bill. After 15 days, they send one bill. But that bill they send to you, they double the bill. That's what they're doing. So, but we keep complaining. But I was paid so much from 2012 to 13. I paid most $1,000 or something dollars for the water. There was a little slow down. But this time now, from this year, from March, I received from February, I received the water bill to pay in the March. I paid that water bill March 15. I forget the date. That was in 280 something dollars, 280 something. But April 15, I find other water bill again for $250 I have to pay in this month. Even that not 3 months. But anyway, let me tell you. But I am this. But before that, but my wife wasn't there. She would help me. We would do it together. But I live, I am old man now, but I thought the money what they give to me, if I pay was $300 in March, and April and May again I have to pay $250. But they say something. They say they get they say power charge. They got to send some more, but whatever what they said. But anyway, I want somebody help me about that, to talk to the people, because look at the first people, but they don't want to say that, but the first people who both been in the city, rule the city, whatever, they get you fair bill, because 3 months you have to pay, but if you don't pay, they tell you to set off your water. That's it.
Mr. Manager, where we are in trying to catch up with bills coming back to
But now those people, they don't wait. They don't got the regular time. They just send you the time to do the bill, whatever they want. Please, my people, because it's most my people here, I like you all do something better. Because let me tell you, I must get it. I get 28 years. Two more years, I gotta be 30 years since I live here. I like you all do me something fair. Like the first people I was meeting here who was in the city. See, if you all come to that to people, you all got to tell you all tell the people to leave the city, because when it bill keep coming like that, that got to be make it stop.
Okay,
Thank you. I want you all give me the and say or whatever you all can do, say something with that, help us with that, because that can't be living like that. That can be not fair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy John. What we're gonna do, the manager is gonna get someone to get your address, and there's something going on with the water bill.
Excuse me.
We have to.
My address 13490 Northeast 9th Avenue, not Miami, Florida.
13490 Northeast 9th Avenue.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Citizen Forum is now closed. Any reports from the?
Sure. Can we, I'll start with where I was going to finish, but what the heck is going on with our water billing? This has got to be the fourth complaint I've heard today about people not receiving their bills, receiving them late, all sorts of questions.
Well,
what's going on?
I think most of the complaints you're getting are people getting their caught up bill, and as the gentleman just described. So we caught up on all the bills. On that second bill that went out, we put a message, we sent a letter, and we put a message in the message box that said, we apologize for the bill being, the arrearage. We're catching up. We gave, if you're a quarterly recipient, so a residential, we're giving an extra 45 days for the bill to be paid. If it's a monthly bill or a commercial, we're giving an extra 20. My staff has been informed with the script. If anybody calls, they're having an issue with that time frame, to extend the time frame. And we actually have suspended turnoffs while we're doing this process. So we're, I think what you're getting back is the feedback for, you're getting the feedback from some of this. I just noticed that you had sent me another email about a condominium. The condominium I have to look at, because that might be like the, one of the other issues that we have, which is miscommunication between the management company and the resident. So, but that's what's going on with the individual water bills, and we are caught up now.
Okay.
I also, Mr. Mayor, want to extend a note of sympathy to the family of Jimmy Burke, who represented this area on the Miami-Dade County Commission and then in the State House. For those of you who remember Jimmy, he represented us in the early 1990s. And he died suddenly over the weekend, and though he had long ago moved away to Georgia, it caught me off guard, because I stayed in touch with him on Facebook. We put snarky comments on each other's pictures, and was surprised to hear of his passing. So to Mr. Burke's family, we extend as a city our condolences. And that's all I've got to report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Maybe anything? Nothing? Mr. Attorney, do you have any report? Anything to report?
Yes, Mayor. Just one thing. I have been going through all the files, all the litigation of the city. On one particular litigation regarding the dry cleaner spot master, I would like to have an executive session with the council.
Okay.
So by statute, I have to notify you at a public meeting that we're going to have an executive session, and we'll notify you of the date and time of that. We'll coordinate. But I'm just fulfilling my statutory duties of letting you know.
Okay. Mr. Manager?
Very quickly, because I've gotten a message that our delegation is actually watching the council meeting, so I just wanted to acknowledge them all. They're still working, so that was it for me.
Madam Deputy Clerk, I believe you have some appointments to some advisory boards.
Yes, Mayor, you have a few appointments that you're proposing. For the Advisory Committee on the Disabled, Mr. Franz D. Pierre Michel. On the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, Mr. Franz D. Pierre Michel. And the Business Development Board, Ms. Fabia Learson. If I can get a motion to have your approval on that from the board.
I move.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion by the mayor and seconded by Councilman Galvin to move with the appointments. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? This item passes 3-0. I have no reports for after
You have
this.
no reports. So we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you very much. See you guys in 2 weeks.
8:21. Yeah.